Hey everybody, so this is going to be a really quick video on what my plans are for this tank moving forward. So the big thing to note, first of all, is that my yellow chorus wrasse has still not come out. And it's been about a month total of him mostly hiding. So I guess I just gotta wait for him to come out. I can't really check for him at this point because that would really disturb the tank. And the cold tang, which is hiding, although occasionally he darts out, so maybe you'll see him, maybe you won't. But he hasn't been eating like the yellow tang has, although he's been eating decently well like he's eaten. But I haven't gotten him the pellets yet, and I haven't had him eat twice in a row. I've had him eat every couple days on mysis, but I haven't had him eat every single day. But the good news is he really hasn't lost any weight, so I'm not really concerned about that yet. So to talk about everything else first, the 5 chromas are doing well. I feel like they've grown, they're doing fine. The 2 clownfish are doing normal as always, they're doing great. The yellow tang, I feel like, has adapted very well and actually came to me skinnier, and now actually looks like a fish that's not only going to survive, but going to do well for me in the long run. The Diamond Watchman Goby is doing basically exactly the same as normal. I would just hope that the yellow chorus wrasse comes out at the very least and starts eating again, so I feel comfortable with that fish. And then the cold tang hopefully can start eating even better. Today, for example, I didn't see him eat mysis, but yesterday he ate mysis. Although he doesn't usually eat a lot whenever I see him eat. It's usually only a couple bites here and there, and then he goes to hide. So, yep. Now, as for coral, this candy cane, this Duncan that I thought was dead but is now back, this frog spawn, and this torch. So they're all surviving. You could even argue that they're all doing okay. But they're obviously not growing at a rate I would like them to. But here's the thing. LPS really don't grow that fast. I mean, they can grow fast, but they tend, especially in comparison to soft corals and SPS, they grow at an extremely slow rate in comparison. Even considering that these are some of the faster LPS corals, I still don't expect them to do anything more than double every year or so. And of course, I haven't had them for a year yet, so still got more time with that. As for the flower anemone, it's doing fine. It's surviving. And I feel rather comfortable with it and where it's at. The next step for this tank, though, is really to, in order for me to beat up the algae, I really can't lower my nutrient import. And it's going to be difficult for me to increase my nutrient export. So what I can do is keep on ripping out this algae where I can. I'm obviously not going to do any more of it today because it's mostly the hair algae, and it's pretty much here, here, all the way up down there, and then a couple small patches throughout the reef. So it's really not a problem with the remaining corals and fish because it's simply put not going to overgrow them because of, well, it looks like the yellow tang, the 2 emerald crabs, and the other tang are holding back algae, because I even noticed the glass growing algae at a much slower rate, and I haven't really noticed any new patches of hair algae. It just tends to grow along where it already is. So I just gotta keep on occasionally ripping it out and wait. But since that's not a really good option for the long run, for me to continuously be just ripping out algae to deal with the slight excess of nutrients, my idea is gonna be to add in 4 or 5 coral frags, maybe less, but that's about where I want to be, and a couple other smaller invertebrates to really use up the nutrients. Now, in terms of fish, I think I am basically done. I think I'm good where I'm at. I'm thinking the next step is just for me to wait it out. From here on out, I'm just going to wait it out. The only exception to this rule is going to be if Aptasia, which is one anemone over there, but that's the only anemone I've ever seen, so if Aptasia starts to become a problem, then I could get an aptasia eating filefish, which, by the way, allegedly will not touch my flower anemone. So that's good. So essentially, I would add 4 or 5 soft corals and LPS. I was thinking a hammer right on that ridge to go next to the frog spawn. I was thinking something for this rock, maybe either Xenia or heck, I could even leave that rock open for the long run for some sort of encrusting SPS, but I'm gonna leave that blank for now until I go to the store and see what they have. But I think that spot is definitely for a hammer. Let's assume this spot's good for some Xenia. And then there's this open little zone here that I want to try to push in a toadstool leather of some sort. And then who knows, this rock's still pretty open for more. And I still have that kind of flower anemone zone where I could always add in one more right over here. It's just a matter of me stopping the algae, and to do that, I'm gonna need more corals to compete with the algae. Because let's be honest, the best tanks are the tanks that are so overgrown with corals that algae can't thrive. Because the corals will use up the same stuff that the algae uses. And if anything, there are some tanks that really don't need water changes because of coral growth. Of course, most of those tanks rely heavily on soft coral growth, not LPS coral growth, or on SPS growth, not LPS coral growth. But I do feel like I can pull it off. The only question now is going to be, how well is this tang, or how well are the 2 tangs and the wrasse going to do in the future? And whether or not I can get more coral, grow them out, and actually beat back this algae once and for all. But as for the other fish, I'm very confident in them. And it's just a waiting game. Look, there's a cold tang. No, he went to hide. I don't know if you got him on a shot, but he's there. I don't think I got him on a shot. I like to check these caves. Sometimes he pops up through one of the caves. But yeah, he's bigger than the yellow tang. He's actually the biggest fish in the tank, I think. I mean, I would assume he's bigger than the goby. So whenever he goes over to goby, he's just mass-wise. Look, there we go. That's a good shot of him. So yeah, he's alive, he's doing well. As you can tell, he's not exactly a skinny fish. So yep, there he goes. I would guess the next step is just gonna be to add some soft corals and a couple LPS maybe to help out this tank. So maybe I could put a hammer there. Maybe get a hammer, 2 hammers or something like that. A hammer, whatever, you know, get a hammer, put a hammer there, put a hammer maybe further down. Move out that algae. Maybe a torch for over here, this one little spot. A different color torch probably, but maybe not. I don't think a different color torch might cost too much for now, so maybe just a normal green hammer over there. Up on the upper ridge, I could put some Xenia. I'd get something different for here maybe instead if I wanted to do that. Or maybe put the Xenia here, something different up there, depending. Then I have that open zone right over there. And then this spot really isn't, you know, I have more room on this rock. And I still have a little more sandbed room in between. So it's not like I don't have room. I have quite a bit more room for corals. And a lot of corals can touch each other. So, I mean, this rock's going to be all for torches. Back over there is going to be all for hammers and frog spawn, etc. You know, it's not like I don't have more room. It's just I'm going to choose not to use it yet. So yeah, next step's going to be adding a couple corals and keep on fighting the algae. Along with trying to get these remaining fish to... Well, really to get 3 problem fish, yellow tang, the cold tang, and the yellow coarse wrasse to do better. So as a whole, it's just a matter of fattening up this guy. And he's been getting fatter, so I think he's going to definitely pull it off. Getting the cold tang to eat better, and getting the yellow coarse wrasse to come out. And then from there, adding a couple corals. And perhaps a cleaner shrimp or something like that. So yeah, that's it, guys. See you on the next one.